Hey guys, it's Al again. For this week's video, what I'm going to do is something a little different. I'm going to call some senators. Now, you obviously know that the whole government shutdown thing happened. Let's see, at the time this goes up, it'll be, let's see, it would have ended a week ago. This should be going up the Monday after the shutdown ended. So, yeah, this will have all happened a week ago as you're watching this. But I'm going to call 3 senators. I'm going to call the 2 senators from my state, Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, who I'll talk about in just a minute. And I'm going to call Chuck Schumer. Obviously, I'm not one of Chuck Schumer's constituents, so I don't expect his people to actually listen to me. And I've already made the calls, so you'll see they really didn't. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to make the calls here, and I'll introduce each of the 3 people really quickly before I cut to the video of me making the call. And about the lighting, sorry I didn't dig out the lamps for the lighting. It was a long day of work, and I just kind of came in, made the calls, and hit record. So that's where this is. So this first call you're going to see, we're going to cut straight to it, is me calling Amy Klobuchar's office. And again, she is a senator from Minnesota. So here's that call.
Senator Klobuchar's office.
Hi, my name's Al. I live in Minnesota. I just had a quick question. I know the government shutdown just ended. Which way did she vote on that? I can't seem to find it.
The senator voted to open, so she voted for the CR.
Okay, so she voted to not or to end the shutdown.
Correct.
Okay. Why? Why isn't she fighting for the Dreamers and for CHIP and for Puerto Rico and all that?
Well, CHIP was funded
For like 6 years or something. I got that.
And I don't speak for the senator, but I'd be more than happy to relay a message to her.
Okay, well then, if she wants to call herself resistance, she needs to actually start fighting. Because caving to the Republicans like this frankly, was pathetic.
Well, I'll pass that message along.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Didn't know what to say. Okay, I kind of like the I don't really know how to handle this reaction that I got from that one, and we're gonna get another one of those from the next person I talk to. The next one's gonna be me talking to Tina Smith's whoever is answering the phones over there, staffer, intern, whatever. And Tina Smith, for anybody that doesn't know, is the person who took over when Al Franken had to step down amidst all the allegations of sexual misconduct. So she was just appointed. There was no vote for her. So we obviously don't really know what she stands for, and it's going to be extra important to hold her accountable to stuff. But yeah, so I called her. I got a little more information about how they voted out of this person. This person was a little more willing to talk until I let loose that the Democrats need to fight, and then they kind of gave me the same. You could almost hear the deer in the headlights look that was on their face, and it's like, oh, they want us to do something. Don't know what to do. Anyway, here's the call to Tina Smith's office. Hi, my name's Al. I live in Minnesota, and I'm just curious. Was Senator Smith in? Was she in Congress for the vote on the CR that just happened?
She was.
Okay, which way does she vote?
For the first vote, she voted no due to its lack of provisions for a variety of different things in Minnesota, including community health centers and protection for dreamers. And then for the vote to reopen the government, she voted yes.
Okay, why? Because it's my understanding that none of that really changed, especially the Dreamers thing didn't happen.
So I haven't had the chance to speak with Senator Smith about her thought process on that, but I'm happy to pass along any messages you have.
Okay, the message is really simple. If you want to call yourself a Democrat, be a Democrat and fight against these terrible Republican ideas. Because the Democrats need to grow a stinking backbone. This is why they keep losing, is because they give in too quick. People want the Democrats to fight for them, and when they're not willing to do that, like with what just happened, I didn't see anybody on TV explaining why the government was shut down. Here are plenty of Republicans, no Democrats. I'm sorry, giving in to the Republicans like this it's ridiculous and frankly pathetic, and we need people to actually fight for us if they want our votes.
Well, thank you so much for taking the call in about that. We really appreciate it.
All right, you have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, they don't know how to deal with somebody who says fight for us. It's like, oh, yeah. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, and lastly, of course, I couldn't let this by without calling Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's office. Now, I don't live in New York, I live in Minnesota, so obviously anything I have to say to Senator Schumer is going to not matter at all. Not that I'm sure anything I said to either of the senators from my state mattered, but, you know, you gotta try. So you'll notice with this one, I start off the call by saying, my name's Al. I'm not one of the senator's constituents, but I, just wanted you to pass along a message. I've been following the government shutdown thing pretty closely, and the guy's nice enough. He says sure, and I give him the spiel about how Democrats need to grow a spine. They need to fight because they do. We need to see the Democrats willing to fight for us. Otherwise, why should we vote for them? That's my view on it. And I want to let these senators know, yeah, you've got to show us you're willing to fight. Show us with your votes. Get out in front of people and say, hey, problem here. But anyways, here's the call to Senator Schumer's office, which, again, you'll notice at the end, they ask for my zip code, and I live in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm not afraid to say that. I've got no problem with people saying that, knowing that. So they're going to get my zip code, and yeah, I doubt this one will get to Schumer at all. I'm not sure any of them are getting anybody, but anyway, here's the call. I'm rambling. Here's the call that I made to Senator Chuck Schumer's office. Probably too late. They're probably closed. They're not going to pick up. They're going to give me a voicemail that at least has the office hours. I got the number right, don't I? 244. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. It just cut out on me. I'll try one more time. 202 246 542. I'll try one more time. If I don't get through this time, I'll call again tomorrow.
Good afternoon, Senator Schumer's office.
Ooh, I got through this time. Hi, my name's Al. I live in Minnesota. I realize I'm not one of the senator's constituents, but I've been following the government shutdown thing pretty close, and I was wondering if you could convey a message to him for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. The message is basically that I think it's ridiculous he didn't stick to fighting the Republicans and he caved and threw the Dreamers under the bus. The reason the Democrats keep losing is because they're not showing the people they're willing to fight for us. And we need to see them fighting.
Okay, can I just get your zip code?
Sure. Like I said, I live in Minnesota. It's 55106.
All right, well, thank you for calling in, and I'll pass along your message.
All right. Bye.
Have a great day.
You too. Okay, see, now he tried to get my zip code so that he could just write this guy off as not being one of the constituents, even though that's what I led with. So, yeah, I think it's really interesting that they didn't pick up the first time and it got hung up on right away. That's interesting. But yeah, there's a third of three. I called Chuck Schumer. I don't know that they're actually going to get these messages I'm leaving them. But the Democrats need to hear this. They need to hear that we want them fighting for them. And especially when you're talking to your representative, you need to make it clear if they want your vote, they need to fight for you. They need to fight for things you actually believe in. So if you believe in Medicare for all, you got to push them on that. If you believe in making sure the wealthy pay their fair share of taxes, you got to push them for that. If you believe in DACA, you got to push them on that. CHIP, you got to push them on that. So, yeah, call them, light them up, let them know you want them to fight, because they need to fight, and it looks terrible that they're not willing to fight. It looks terrible that they're not willing to fight. And they need to fight. The more they do this, the more the paid opposition theory looks viable. And I really don't want to admit that that's a thing. I want to think that that's just conspiracy theory. But it does look more and more every time this happens like that's the situation. All right. I'm Al. These have been calls to the senators. See you next time.